Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name's Dane, and today I have the 3 times structure deck for the Dinosmashers structure deck. This is personally my favorite 3 times one. I get a lot of these 3 times one just because I like playing with variety. I do have some competitive ones. If you guys would like me to show those, then please leave in the comments below. Otherwise, I think I'll just kind of stick to these for a little bit. So basically, I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did with the 3 times fairy. So we're gonna start with the main deck, then get into the extra deck. There's only 3 cards in the extra deck, and they're all what you see on top. So I'll just explain those at the end. Okay, let's get into the deck profile. So first, you want to play 3 of the amazing boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, it's an amazing card. It summons out by banishing 2 monsters, or whenever 2 monsters are banished. So you banish 2 with Miso, he immediately summons out. You have 2 in your graveyard. You banish them. You summon him out. He can destroy 1 card, send it to the graveyard. All monsters on your opponent's, all face-up attack position monsters on your opponent's side of the field are now flipped face-down defense position, and then he can destroy all of them, and it does not even count as his attack. He destroys all of them. You take 1,000 damage for each one destroyed. Then he can attack. So if your person has 5 attack face up monsters on their field, that's 5,000 damage plus his 3,500 beat stick that you have. He's an amazing boss monster, and he's got an amazing searcher, Soul Eating Oviraptor. If this card is normal special summoned, you can take 1 dinosaur type monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Basically what this means is you can add Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to your hand if you already have 2 monsters in your graveyard, or you can even send stuff like Babysaurus to the graveyard and he triggers off to summon something else. Maybe you summon a Miso and then you send Miso to the graveyard to get 2 in the grave, so that next turn you can search out your Ultimate Conductor, or maybe you drew into Ultimate Conductor, other things like that. Next, also Soul Eating Oviraptor's secondary effect, you can take 1 card in your graveyard and 1 card on your field, switch them out basically. The card on your field goes into the graveyard, the card in the graveyard comes out onto the field in face-up defense position. It's a good way to swap cards in and out depending on what you need. Next, you want to play 1 Miso. The reason I have this at 1, because it's limited. That's literally the only reason. If you are playing this deck with your friends, you don't care about the Forbidden and Limited list, then play 3 of this card. This card is amazing. I play 1 of it. Of course, it's banned, or not banned, limited. Really, I usually play 3 of it if I'm just playing with friends. If I go to a locals or something, I'll play 1 of it. That's about it. Next, you want to play 3 Babysaurus. Babysaurus is really good. If this card is destroyed by card effect or sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck. So maybe you take Baby, or you take Soul Eating, you send send Baby from your deck to the graveyard, you summon out your Miso, or you summon out your Miso, you send your Miso from the field to the graveyard, or if you already have one in your hand, from the hand to the graveyard, then you banish the Miso and Baby to summon another Baby. And you can really just get a lot of stuff in the graveyard, in the banish pile, and if you have Ultimate Conductor in your hand, you get him on the field. It's a really combo-centric deck, and you need to know most of the combos to learn how to play it well, but once you learn how to play it well, it absolutely smacks. Next, you want to play 2 Petite Pteranodon. This basically does the same thing as Babysaurus, except for instead of 1 to 4, it's 4 and up. Since you really only play 1 to 4 star monsters in this deck, except for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and since Ultimate Conductor has summoning conditions, you can't just summon him straight out of the deck. This one's just another one to use to search, so if you run out of babies, then you can just start using Petite Pteranodons. Next, you want to play 2 Tyranno Infinity. I have this card at 2 because otherwise it just kind of clogs. If you draw straight into it, you can't do much. You can set it and buy yourself a turn. That's about it. But this card has attack and defense based on what you have in your banish pile. So you have, say you have a lot of monsters in your graveyard. You just Miso them. You send Miso from your hand to the graveyard. You banish all those monsters, and then you summon Tyranno Infinity. Especially, like, if you have 4 monsters, then you miss those effect. You send them to you banish them. You banish 4 monsters. You summon out Tyranno Infinity. He has 4,000 attack. That's a 4,000 attack beat stick. It's really good for getting around monsters that have effects that you just need to get off the field, that you can't get off the field with effects. It's really good. Next, I play 3 Megalosmasher. The reason I play 3 of this card, because of another trap card that will be coming up, and because of Lost World's effect. I'll tell you guys about those here in a second. It's also just a 2,000 normal summonable, normal monster beat stick. And you can basically just throw it at any time. It's always good to have a 2,000 attack monster on the field, no matter what anybody says. Next, you want to play 1 Rescue Rabbit. The reason this card is only at 1, because it doesn't need to be played, but this is basically, you brick, you have nothing, you can summon out a, let's see, 2 cards that would work together. You can even summon out 2 Soul Eatings, even though you can only use it effect 1 per turn. Say you summon out a Soul Eating. So you summon out a Soul Eating, you get your baby, you send it to the graveyard, you use baby's effect to get a Misso, you send a Misso and a Soul Eating to the graveyard, then you just keep going. And it's really just, I have it in there for bricks and other special situations. You really probably won't play it all that often. Okay, next, spells. So, of course, this being Dinosaurs, you want to play 3 Lost World. This is the field spell for the deck. It's absolutely amazing. It reads, all monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense except dinosaur monsters. Once per turn, if a dinosaur-type monster is normal summoned except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Jureg token dinosaur, Earth level 1 attack 0, defense 0 to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. While your opponent controls this token, they cannot target monsters on the field with card effects except tokens. Once per turn, if a normal monster on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy that many dinosaur type monsters in your deck or hand instead. So this is why I play the 3 Megalosmasher X. If you have Megalosmasher X on the field, they can't destroy it. Every time it would be destroyed, I don't actually know if you take damage or not. I need to look into that. But it doesn't get destroyed. You can just destroy something for your deck. So you destroy a baby, you search a, even like a Soul Eating Oviraptor if you're just starting the game, and then you get your Tyranno Infinity out, and you just, you combo off that, and it's a really, really good, useful resource to have. That's the reason why I play the Megalosmasher. Also, it just clogs your opponent's side of the field with tokens, the 3 Jureg tokens, and then you can always just grab 2 random tokens you have lying around, or literally just use any other ones, and you can just, take your opponent's side of the field and completely lock out all their monster zones and not let them play. That's a really good move to do first turn, and you won't get any really, really strong monsters out, but you really just need to be able to summon 5 times. Next, you want to play 3 Terraforming to, of course, search your Lost World. Nothing else. You literally just search a field spell off of it. It's basically another Lost World, so you're basically playing 6 copies of Lost World in this deck. Next, you're going to play 3 Fossil Dig. This is a spell searcher. It searches any dinosaur-type monster to level 6. So it can't search your boss monster, it can search your Soul Eating, which can search your boss monster, or it can search just about anything else that you need. It's just a good card to play. Next, you're going to play 3 Twin Twisters just to deal with your opponent's back row. This card does not have, or this deck doesn't have like a lot of back row defense. It also doesn't really have a lot of negates. You're basically aiming to always go second and outpower your opponent and make it to where they cannot use card effects on you. So if you get a Jureg token on their side of the field, they can't activate card effects on you. They can only activate card effects on your tokens. But if that's only that target cards on the field. If they pop something back row, a field spell, something like that. Did I just say a field spell back row? Scratch that. If they pop something back row, then you always have a Twin Twisters to fall back on. Next, you're going to play 2 Burial from a Different Dimension. This is for whenever you use that missile. You've already used that missile. You've already sent it to the banish pile, but you need to banish more cards, and you don't have the boss monster in your hand. If you draw this card, you get that missile back. You banish more monsters. It's a really good recyclable card. This is one of the cards that I would also put at 1 if you're not playing ban list or limited, and replaced with a miso and only play it at 1. Okay, that is all the spells. Next we have traps. You're going to play 3 Survival's End. Destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, special summon 1 level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck up to the number destroyed, but destroy them during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 dinosaur type monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, destroy them. So basically, this is saying if you pop this, right, and you have Lost World, then you can take all of the tokens on your opponent's side of the field and any Megalosmasher X's that you have, destroy them, but they won't be destroyed because of Lost World's effect, so you just get to send that many monsters to your graveyard. Say you send a Miso there, you banish all of those, and then you just have, like, an insanely powerful Tyranno Infinity, or something along those lines. It's a good way to get stuff in the graveyard, and then, of course, if you flip the tokens face down with the boss monster, then it's just a really good way of clearing stuff out. Next, you're going to play 2 Quaking Mirror Force. This is to get those in face-down defense position if you don't have a monster to activate the boss monster's effect. It's also just another way of saying, okay, well, you know, screw you, no, you can't attack. You're also going to play 2 Grand Horn of Heaven. This is another one of those cards that I would put at 1 if you are playing ban list and put another Miso in. But this is basically your Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning of the deck. It negates the special summon and destroys that monster. But your opponent does get a +1. That's really it. And then Fossil Excavation. This is basically a Dinosaur Call of the Haunted. So you need that 1 dinosaur monster back that you just cannot get back from your graveyard. You don't have a soul eating to get him back. You don't have anything to get him back. You pop Fossil Excavation and literally just play Call of the Haunted. You can play more of this card if you want to. I only have it at 1 because there's so many chances to get stuff back from the graveyard in this deck. But yeah, that is all of the traps. So extra deck, you literally just play the 3 Drake tokens. It's not even an extra deck, it's 3 tokens. These are used in combo with Lost World, and it's really good for things like whenever you pop Survival's End, and you just pop Survival's End, you go to destroy all the tokens, you can't do it. They are a little bit of a nuisance to get off the field, but you can literally just keep flipping them, keep 1000ing until you eventually just burn your opponent dead. Or you can straight wait until your opponent like summons something and then just destroy. So yeah, that is my Dinosmashers 3 times Dinosmashers Fury 3 times structure deck profile. If you guys have anything that you would rather me play opposed to other stuff, or if you guys would like me to show off some other decks, you can name names. I don't really care. I'll see if I have it. Then please leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.